Welcome back, everybody. It is time for What's Hot. This is where we talk about those stories that have everybody talking.
We're joined by Klein of Boelter and Lincoln, plus Jeff Wagner is back. Microsoft CEO and UWM graduate Satya Nadella is in some hot water after comments he made regarding women and pay raises. Nadella said that women should just trust the system, that it will give them rewards when they are deserved.
Was inarticulate, that he claimed that no sir, you were being very articulate, you were just being stupid, as we've been working so hard to reduce that gap between males and females, and here you are, the leader of a huge corporation and a national stage, and that's what you have to say. It's just ridiculous.
I heard this story, and my reaction, it was two words. It was, my God. Really, I'm thinking, of all the different things that you can choose to say, especially given the breakdown of gender, at the company, I mean, why you would suggest this. And then his notion that, well, it's kind of karma. So in other words, like, let's just leave it up to chance or leave it up to fate, and what's going to be is going to be. And I understand he's apologized for this stuff, but still, what was he thinking in the first place?
I think we have a piece of sound from him queued up. Let's take a listen to that really quick if we can.
It's not really about asking for the raise, but knowing and having faith that the system will actually give you the right raises as you go along. And that, I think, might be one of the additional superpowers that, quite frankly, women who don't ask for a raise have. Because that's good karma. It'll come back. Because somebody's going to know that's the kind of person that I want to trust. That's the kind of person that I want to really give more responsibility to. And in the long-term efficiency, things catch up.
It seems more like a universal rule that you don't get what you don't ask for.
Well, yeah, this whole idea that, hey, just trust us and everything's going to work out well. Now, maybe there's a lot of corporate bosses that think that, and maybe in some places it does work out that way. But let's face it, there's nothing wrong with going in and saying, hey, you know what, I'm one of your top performers. I'm doing this great job. How about a little something extra in the paycheck? And that applies whether it's male or female. The fact that he was deciding to do this on a gender basis just makes me wonder, what could he have been thinking?
Katie, last word before we go to break.
I'm just baffled by the whole thing. If that's a superpower, I'll just leave it to the side and choose something else as my superpower, please. Ridiculous.
Okay, there's your last word. Coming up next, we'll reveal the viewer's choice topic of the day.
And Jesse Ritka is back with another look at your forecast. It's hot and our viewer's choice topic of the day.
Again, we're joined by Klein and Jeff Wagner from 620 WTMJ. Today's viewer's choice topic: an Alabama mother is furious her 5-year-old daughter was forced to sign a school contract stating she would not kill herself or anyone else. The mother says she was told her daughter drew something that resembled a gun. It was pointed at another student. Should the kindergartner have to sign a contract like this? Jeff Wagner is looking pained there in the newsroom.
Well, and actually what she did, she apparently drew something that looked like a gun and then took a crayon, and pointed it at some other child and went like pow pow or something like that. For that, they pull the child out of school. They give her a psychological assessment, a questionnaire. She's 5 years old, 5, to determine whether she is a danger to herself or others. Then they make her sign a thing saying that she promises that she's not going to commit suicide. Then they get the mom involved. Did I mention the child is 5 years old? I would not have... Okay, I'm sorry. I grew up in an era where we played cowboys and Indians, and we played soldiers, and heaven forbid, we actually pointed our thumb and forefinger and pretended to have guns. How could you do that?
Well, she's 5. She has no idea what the terms that were put in front of her mean, and she could probably barely write her name at that age, or is learning to write her name. So to force a child to do this and hold them accountable if they ever do it again like that is completely ridiculous. I don't understand the thought process that went into this by the school board or the teacher. There has to be a better way to approach this type of situation.
Right, and here's where it gets worse. The school, if it's possible to get worse, the school is pressuring the mother to have the child get a full psychiatric evaluation. And this incident goes in the kid's permanent record. So, wherever she goes through school, there's going to be some jacket that suggests that she's a danger to herself or others. Did I mention she's 5 years old?
It's
You
just
did.
ridiculous. We're in such a different world than when you grew up, Jeff, or when I grew up, because we did the same thing.
All right, let's save some time for this last topic here.
Yes, it's our lightning round, and Jeff, I think you'll like this one. Katy Perry will reportedly perform during halftime at next year's Super Bowl. The word is that Perry had been put on an NFL shortlist for the gig back in August alongside Coldplay and Rihanna. So, do you think Katy Perry is the right choice for the Super Bowl entertainment?
Go ahead, Katie.
Well, I don't think it's an awful choice. I think gentlemen everywhere are going to be praying for a wardrobe malfunction, and I think there are a lot.
That took 18 seconds. There
I
we
know.
go.
I think there are a lot of worse alternatives, like Justin Bieber or something like that. But yeah, I'm sure she'll put on a good show, and she obviously loves football.
I think Bieber's probation would allow him to do that.
Oh, I'm sure he'd weasel his way.
See here, this is one of the reasons why I think this is such a good choice. The NFL has all these issues and these character issues and stuff. The last thing they want is a wardrobe malfunction. The last thing they want is for example, a performer like Rihanna who, does songs that have some questionable lyrics. Katy Perry has this sort of mass appeal. I think it's going to be a relatively wholesome type of show. I think she's really entertaining. My radio producer, he's been to 2 of her shows. He's a huge fan. He's all excited about this. I think it's a great choice. She was on ESPN College Game Day last week. She did a great job. I'm looking forward to this, and I hope I get to see her live in Arizona with a Packers play.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good choice. It definitely will be entertaining, and we'll just have to wait to see what happens in February.
Exactly. I've seen her live too, and she puts on a good show. She really does.
I've not seen her live.
Yeah, not yet.
You're missing out, Steve.
Really? All right, the What's Hot discussion will continue online. Find it at TMJ4.com.